How's it going, guys? I'm Nick Burdine, founder of Life Shift, where our mission is to help men like you become high performers in every aspect of their life. And today I'm going to give you a no-nonsense blueprint on how to attain a aesthetic physique naturally. I'm not going to give you any bro science, any hacks, any tricks you've never heard of. It's just what works, and it's what I did and how I did it quickly and naturally. It's not rocket science, guys. It's important to remember all this stuff you see online, all of these new gurus out there trying to give these science-based stuff of how to build a aesthetic physique, how to build muscle quickly. It's not rocket science, guys. You just have to stick to the basics starting out. And today I'm going to show you what you need to do training-wise, nutrition-wise, and how to achieve that dream physique you want. So let's get right into it. So first of all, I've been training for over a decade, and I've found what works and what doesn't. And I'm going to give you the blueprints so you can avoid the mistakes I made and achieve your dream physique. You know, and a lot of you guys have different goals. Maybe you are not satisfied with the way you look. Maybe you're in business. Maybe you're just, trying to be more attractive. Whatever your goal is, it is important to be in good shape. It helps your confidence, helps the way you present yourself. And, we all have different goals, but being in shape is key to performing as a man. And it's important that you take care of your body and you get in the best shape as possible. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be, single digit body fat year round, but you should, strive to be in the best shape you can be and whatever that goal is. So I'm going to show you how to lose fat, or whether you're trying to build muscle, how to build muscle quickly and the road to take to get there. So first of all, let's get into the basics. Where should I start? You need to analyze, what is your goal in fitness? Do you want to lose weight? Maybe you're someone who is several hundred pounds overweight and you just need to lose a ton of fat. And that's fine. Everybody's at a different stage. And if your goal is weight loss, if you're someone maybe who's severely overweight, you want to achieve a certain physique, first of all, you need to lose fat. And how do you lose fat quickly? You don't need a diet plan. You don't need all these subscriptions. You don't need to go out and purchase a bunch of salads and fancy smoothies. It's not complicated, guys. And what I'm about to say, listen closely, it's very simple. Most of you probably know this, but you'd be surprised. You have to burn more calories than you consume. That is it. That's the only way to lose weight. That's just science. You have to be in a calorie deficit. You could be eating McDonald's every day and still be losing weight. Are you going to feel good? Probably not. No, it's going to affect your health in the long run, yes. But the fact is, no matter what you're eating, if you're burning more calories than you're taking in, you're going to burn fat. And the other way around, if you're consuming more calories than you're burning, that calories is energy, and that stored energy turns to fat, and that's how people gain weight. They're consuming all these calories and they're not burning anything, and it turns to fat. So you want to do the opposite. We want to be in a calorie deficit instead of a calorie surplus. It's the only way to lose weight, guys. I'm not saying you can still eat crap and just eat less of it, because you're going to feel like crap. You put crap in, you're going to feel like crap. So you still want to eat healthy and a balanced, nutritious diet, but you don't need to go buy a diet subscription, go buy all these fancy stuff. Just get the basics, get your protein, get your carbs. I'll talk about that a little bit more, but keep it simple, guys. It's not complicated. Don't listen to all these hacks, all these fat burning tips, fat loss pills. It is all a scam. They're just sucking your money. So keep it simple. Burn more calories than you consume, period. Next thing, how do you lose fat quickly? You got to figure out what your average daily expenditure is. What that means is, on average, how many calories, resting and active, you're burning each day. Figure out what that is. There, you can just literally Google on your phone, average daily expenditure calculator. Pull that up. It'll calculate it for you. If you already have a smartwatch, you already have that data on there. You can see how many calories on average you're burning a day. So you take that number, then that's your maintenance calories. So for example, if you burn on average 3,000 calories a day, if you eat less than 3,000 calories a day, if you consume less, you're going to be in a calorie deficit. If you eat exactly 3,000, that's your maintenance. You're not going to gain or lose weight because you're just maintaining. If you eat more than 3,000, you have all that stored energy, extra stored energy turns to fat, you gain weight. We want to go below that average daily expenditure number to cut weight. That's how we stay in a calorie deficit. You're going to need to consume 500 to 1,000 calories less than that average daily intake. So, if your daily expenditure is 3,000, you're going to need to be consuming 2,000 to 2,500 calories in order to lose weight at a decent rate. So figure what that number is and then set your calorie goal. And the other thing, you have to track your calories. There's tons of technology you can do that out there with. There's an app that I use. It's called Lose It. It's free. You don't need to pay for it. You can literally scan just about any food. Just scan the barcode on the back with that app. It'll pull up all the macros and you just add it for your meal for the day, and it'll calculate your macros. It'll calculate how many calories you're at for the day too. It also gives you goals too if you want to set a goal for how many calories, and that's a great way to track it. And you want to get used to that. It's not complicated. It's not hard, guys. Just everything you eat, scan it, plug it in that app, and stick to that number. FitnessPal is another good app. There's some other ones out there as well, but you got to track every time you eat. Track your calories. Make sure you're staying in that target number below your average daily expenditure. So that is how you lose weight, and it's the only way to lose weight. It's just basic science. There's no hacks, guys. So if you're severely overweight and you want to get in shape, this is where you start. Burn more calories than you consume. The next thing, let's talk about building muscle. Maybe you're someone who's in decent shape. Maybe you don't need to lose a ton of weight. Maybe you already have a decent physique, or you do want to shred some fat, but you want to put on muscle and you want to fill in your frame. Let's talk about how to do that and do it at a fast rate. Number one, resistance training. You're going to have to tear those muscles. If you're just starting out, there are a lot of free programs out there, good programs that you can do for hypertrophy and building muscle. When I started out, I would just go to muscleandfitness.com and get programs on there for free. There's a ton of good ones. As long as you're training hard, you're pushing your muscles, you will see results. So find a solid program that you like for building muscle that hits all the body parts. And you want to find the split that works for you. If you're new to working out, just try any of them. So, chest and tries, back buys, legs and abs one day, shoulders and traps one day, etc. Find a split that you like that works for you. There is no perfect split, no matter what anybody says. The key is to keep it fresh, keep challenging yourself, keep lifting heavier and pushing yourself harder every single day. So you're tearing those muscles and they'll grow. Secondly, don't neglect a single body part. This is key, guys. A lot of guys in the gym, they'll just hit the same thing over and over again. A lot of guys just focus on upper body. They'll neglect their legs. They'll neglect their shoulders, their traps. A lot of times they'll neglect the most important part that makes a good-looking physique. A lot of guys just hit arms all the time and neglect their shoulders. If you want a nice physique, shoulders are key. It fills in your frame, makes you look wide. Traps as well. You're going to fill in your clothes real nice, your back, and then legs too. Don't be one of those guys that skips leg day. So as far as frequency is concerned, 4 to 6 times per week. It's also preference as well. Depends how long you're training. But the key is figure out a split that works for you and just make sure you're giving your body parts that you're working out enough time to repair and rest. So, if you hit chest and tries on one day, give yourself at least a day or two before you hit it again. And then, your program, if you do a program, it'll split up for you. Make sure you're giving your body enough time to rest and repair. All right, secondly, preventing injury. When you're training, you want to make sure you're doing it safely, especially if you're new to weight training. Don't just go in there and start experimenting with a bunch of heavy weight. You're going to hurt yourself and you're going to set yourself back. Make sure you do your research. There's tons of videos on how to do all these exercises. And don't do a bunch of complicated exercises starting out. Start with the basics. Make sure you know how to perform an exercise before you just start going ham on it. So do your research on that. And then another thing, you got to warm up before you start your workout. Warm up I like to do. I always do a couple minutes of bar hangs. So just go up to a pull-up bar, hang on there for a couple minutes, stretches everything out real nice, and then I do some resistance band work as well to get the muscles engaged, and then go into my workout. So preventing injury is key. You don't want to set yourself back. Know how to perform the exercises, and then make sure you're warming up and stretching. All right, the last thing, guys, on how to build muscle quickly. We're going to talk about nutrition, and I already went over on how to lose weight, being in a calorie deficit, what that means. Now I'm going to talk about what supplements should I take and what should my diet look like as I'm trying to put on muscle at a quick rate and do it naturally. So, first of all, if you're trying to get muscle quickly, you must be getting at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 200 pounds, that means you need to be at least consuming 200 grams of protein a day. And what happens if you're not getting enough protein, your muscles are not going to be able to repair as fast, and you're not going to recover as quickly, and it's going to really hinder your growth as you're training every day or every other day, however your frequency is. So it's really important. If you're trying to build muscle, you're doing it quickly, you got to get your protein in at least 1 gram per pound of body weight. That's a rule of thumb. On the flip side of that, don't waste your money eating too much protein. That's a big mistake a lot of novice lifters make, is they'll try to consume too much. If you weigh 200 pounds, you're consuming 350 grams of protein a day, just for example. All that extra protein is just going to be peed out. You're just going to pee it right down the drain. Your body can only process so much. So just stick to the rule of thumb, 1 gram per pound of body weight, and you'll be just fine. So make sure you stick to that as you're trying to build muscle. So the next thing, what should I eat? What should my diet look like as I'm trying to build muscle and trying to keep the fat off? So rule of thumb, if you're trying to build muscle at the same time, stay lean and burn fat, 30 to 40% of your protein and of your diet should be protein. And then the other percentage should be fats and carbs. So 30, 40% needs to be protein. And also on that, I'll go through the supplement stack in a second, but most of your protein intake needs to come from your main meals. So you shouldn't be just, consuming 5 scoops of protein a day just to reach your protein limit. Doing that is not going to serve you in the long run. It's not going to be a balanced nutritional meal for you. So you want to make sure most of your protein intake is coming from actual foods, chicken, fish, and you want to stay lean too. So chicken breast, fish, eggs is a good source of protein, lean meats, lean cuts of beef. If you do ground beef, make sure it's at least 90-10 or lower. Turkey is a good one, venison. Most people just do chicken, it's cheap. If you're trying to go the cheaper route, ground chicken, ground turkey is a great option. So 30 to 40% of your food should be protein, and then the other percentage, fats and carbs. It's a good rule of thumb. And maybe you're someone who's struggling to get all your protein in. Maybe you're on a budget as well. Maybe you're just, you at the end of the day, you eat all this food and you're only at 100 grams. What are you going to do? Well, first of all, you have your protein powder. Make sure you get that. I'll talk about the supplement stack. 2 scoops a day is a good, some people do, I would say at the most 3 or 4 scoops of protein powder. So you're looking at around, 75 to 90 grams of protein through whey powder. 4 might be pushing it, 2 to 3 is good. And then the rest from your main meals. But if you're struggling to get your protein in, there are a couple hacks that I will give you. Egg whites is a great one. You can buy it in the carton. They're pasteurized. You can actually just drink it straight from the carton. Might be a little nasty. So what I do is I just put it in with my protein shake with some almond milk. Shake that baby up. You can't even taste it. You can put it in smoothies, put it in even in your cereal. As long as it's with like milk or something, you wouldn't even know it's there. And a whole carton has like 100 grams. So, you can drink a half of that a day. And that's a great way to get your protein in quickly. And now you're probably wondering, what supplements should I take? There's a lot of supplements out there. The supplement market is so saturated. I'm sure you see a ton of ads. Your buddies might be taking all these kinds of different supplements. What do you take? Really, you only need a few basic supplements to take. If you can get all your protein in through your main meals, you really don't even need protein powder. It's called supplements for a reason, to supplement what you're not getting through your main diet. So the first supplement I recommend though is whey protein. Absolutely. Get some whey protein. And don't go too cheap on this. There's tons of brands out there. The main thing you want to look for and to avoid is when it says proprietary blends. Because what that means, it has fillers in it. They'll put like rice flour, a bunch of different stuff in it to make it seem like you're getting a lot of protein, but actually it's really not. It's just fillers. So stay away from those. Um, Brand I use Jocko's. It's really good. It's got a good amino acid profile, no proprietary blends. It's all natural too. I like that it doesn't have any fake sweeteners in it. So that's a good brand. Ascent's a good one as well. So whey protein number one. Two, creatine. Make sure you're taking creatine, guys. There's a whole bunch, especially few years back, there used to be a bunch of debates on whether creatine is good for you or not. It's the most research-backed supplement on the market, and it's found naturally in foods. It's found in fish. It's found in rabbit, some other meats. But it'll help your performance. It'll help your strength, and as you're trying to build muscle. And I recommend, even if you're not even working out, everybody should take it because it is a good supplement to take. And then pre-workout. This is a big debate. And guys, I've been trying different pre-workouts for years, ever since I was like 15 years old. I've been trying, you name it, I probably tried it. And I used to even make my own pre-workouts. I'd buy the separate ingredients, mix them all together, the beta-alanine, the betaine anhydrous, glutamine, all that stuff. And something I've found, and after doing research, the really only ingredient that significantly helps performance in pre-workout is caffeine. That is it. All those other ingredients, beta-alanine, that's what gives you the tingles. Betaine anhydrous, glutamine, um, L-citrulline malate. All the studies done on those ingredients, the studies show very little to no significant effect on performance. So the only thing that really works in there is those high dosages of caffeine. That's really it. So don't waste your money on pre-workout, guys. I see a bunch of guys spending $50 on a can of pre-workout just to get absolutely zooted, and it's not worth it. And some supplements that I like to take when I'm feeling low in performance, maybe low energy, and I need an extra boost to get me through a workout. I personally take electrolytes before I work out. I use boulder salts, put it in water, and then I put a little, if I need some energy, use natural caffeine. Most of your pre-workouts, they use what's called caffeine anhydrous. It's, just a lab caffeine. It's what gives you that crash, which a lot of people don't like. This is an all natural source of caffeine. It's basically just the same as green tea caffeine, and it's going to give you that sustained drive instead of that crash, after a few hours or so. So, and I would, be careful when you're taking caffeine. Don't take a lot, only when you really need it. If you're really super tired after a long day of work, then get some caffeine. But electrolytes is key. It's going to keep your muscles from getting fatigued. It's going to help with your hydration. And you don't need all these fancy pre-workouts. Just focus on what your body actually needs and what works. And so electrolytes is good. I even do coconut water. It's got carbs in there to help with a workout. And it's got all your essential electrolytes. So I found coconut water to be awesome, and it's actually pretty cheap. So that's really my supplement stack. It's it. Whey protein, electrolyte mix, guarana bean for a source of caffeine, or green tea caffeine powder, and then I put some drink flavor in there, all natural, and then creatine. And that is really the basics. There's other supplements you can do as when it comes to vitamins, fish oils, but just starting out, I would just focus on these things, guys: whey protein, creatine, and then if you're really wanting some pre-workout to get you through, do an all-natural caffeine mix like that green tea powder, and then electrolytes. So that'll really help. So that's the supplement stack I would start with. So I know that seemed like a lot, but it's really simple, guys. If you're trying to build an attainable aesthetic physique, you're trying to do it quickly, just stick to the basics. Track your calories. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to cut, stay in a calorie deficit. Train hard, train smart. Make sure you're getting your protein in. That's key. And just get the basic supplements. And if you do that consistently, and if you work hard and stick to a program, stick with it, guys, you will see results. And I promise you, you will see it quickly. And once you see results, that's going to be a big motivator to propel you forward. I always tell that to people. Once you see a little bit of results, it'll give you all the motivation you need to keep going, because you don't want to throw it away. So stick with it, stay consistent, follow these things that I've told you, and I promise you, you'll achieve your physique in no time. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope this video has been super beneficial to you. And if you like content like this, make sure you subscribe for more. Also, make sure you check out our school community, where you'll have access to CEOs, entrepreneurs, highly successful people to learn and grow with. You also have access to one-on-one coaching, daily accountability, and personalized fitness and nutrition plans. And it's only $25 a month to be part of that community, and you'll get access to all that stuff. And I'll put the link below for you so you can check it out. And we'll see you next time.